It's time to hit the track then as we embark upon another round of thrilling Formula One racing here at Imola. Welcome to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. .1 miles of track here at Imola, featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One circuits as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope no one forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight of the circuit and its only DRS zone. And joining me once again in the commentary box today is, of course, the former World Endurance Champion, Anthony Davidson. Can we begin by having a chat about Sergio Perez?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And let's see who's able to keep their tyres in that temperature sweet spot early on. You've got a great tyre warmer underneath your right foot, and the drivers need to make the most of that on the formation lap, lest they see themselves skating wide at turn 1 on cold rubber.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Pierre Gasly and Sainz, Leclerc, Vettel, Stroll and Lando Norris, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, Russell, Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, you're in the top 10. Okay, DRS is now available. This is your final lap of the race. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
They take the checkered flag then here in Imola in what has been another outstanding Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, That's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work and they should be proud of the victory they secured here. It's a great day for racing here at Le Castellet, and the drivers are making their final preparations on the grid. Let's hope for a thrilling contest then here at the French Grand Prix. We have 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. The rain is coming down and making for a slippery racing surface, but luckily there is plenty of runoff available, and hopefully we'll be able to avoid bringing out a safety car during today's Grand Prix. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. And Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Fernando Alonso and Norris, Ocon, Ricciardo, Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, Leclerc, Gasly, Sebastian Vettel and Sainz, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Nicholas Latifi and George Russell. Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Illegal maneuver, cede that position or will receive a penalty. Nice move. Good job. You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up. Gap to car in front is 6.1 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
We've witnessed some great battles around Paul Ricard today, and they've taken a fantastic win. And, talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.